You guys ready? Welcome to YouTube's favorite designer fragrance tournament. Bracket starts today. That's too damn hyped. I was supposed to start it tomorrow, August 1st. I got an unboxing to do. I got some fragrances to unbox tomorrow. So we're starting it today. Clock starts now. Number 1 goes head to head versus number 100. What? So let's decide who's the king of the fragrance community in the designer game by the YouTube fragrance community. I can't wait to see your votes again. To note, I have nothing to do with the voting of the fragrances. Just an FYI. Don't be swayed because Le Mal's number 1 and it's, my favorite. Who cares about that? It's all about you guys. What's your preference? I'm just the host here. That's all I'm doing. I'm hosting. You're not going to break my heart if number 1 doesn't make it. It's the YouTube Fragcom. I'm expecting Le Mal to lose at some point. If it loses a CK1 Shock, awesome. That means this underrated fragrance is not that underrated anymore. So let's get into it. If you don't know the rules, go into my introduction video, and I'm going to talk about it a little more towards the end, but I do want to introduce these fragrances real quick if you don't know about these fragrances. So let's get into it. So this one rated number 1 in my top 100. That's how I got the ratings. Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Mal. Classic. Number 100. The last fragrance in that list was CK1 Shock for him. The marketing effed this fragrance up. The sales of this fragrance. And I'm looking at you, Calvin Klein. So let's get into it. Both of these are in the Redolescence bracket. Yes, I called every bracket under a fragrance reviewer. So Redolescence bracket. I'm going to put the link down below of Redolescence channel. I don't know why I need to do that. But if you guys haven't heard of Steven of the channel Redolescence, go check them out. So yeah, I'm plugging different fragrance reviewers now. Just because, might as well. My thoughts on this battle is going to be an interesting one, as it's the highest ranked fragrance in the whole game against the lowest ranked fragrance in the whole game. Le Mal is arguably Redolescence bracket's best chance to make it to the finals. So we'll see how that goes. So let's take a look at the contestants, especially if you don't know anything about these fragrances. I'm going to do a short rundown on both here. So let's take a look at CK1 Shock for him, not to be confused with the for her. There is a white bottle that says CK1 Shock for her. So let's do a little spray here. And in my opinion, in my personal opinion, a darker juice for Calvin Klein. Very interesting. In my opinion, underrated Calvin Klein fragrance. And a lot of Calvin Klein fragrances just plain suck. They suck. CK1 Shock is a tobacco-based fragrance, and it does hold its own against a lot of these higher-end designer tobacco-based scents. It is something very different from the CK1 line. You're not expecting this from the CK1 line. I'm very pleasantly surprised, in my personal opinion. I still haven't reviewed this fragrance. It has actually very good longevity for a Calvin Klein fragrance, an average projection. It's a solid darker scent from the house of Calvin Klein with, of course, tobacco as the central theme with, of course, amber and cardamom as the secondary parts of this fragrance. Very much a dark fragrance that is pretty decent from the house of Calvin Klein. I think personally, and I said this when it first came out and when I got in one of my hauls, is that I thought this fragrance lost a lot of points and sales, to be honest, because of the marketing. Marketing was terrible for this fragrance. The bottle design, pinning it with the CK1 name, was a horrible mistake. Pinning it with one of your best sellers, CK1, sometimes is a good thing to boost up sales. This fragrance was actually fairly solid and did not need that. I think it would have been better with getting away from the CK1 lineup and have its own bottle, less gimmicky. I think this would have sold well. In true CK form, Calvin Klein love to release a gazillion fragrances every year. This is one of those. And they love discontinuing them a year or even 2 years within that timeline. They just throw stuff and see if it sticks, basically. That's what I feel about the Calvin Klein line. And this one, unfortunately, from what I hear through the grapevine, has been axed. And you can find this at discounters. I know it's been kicking around at some discounters, $20. That's a steal for what you get. It's not, it runs with some of the big boys in the tobacco-based sense in the designer game. It's a little one level, a little lower, but it still does the job. Good stuff. I'd wear this one in cooler months, at night, casual wear. Let's move on to the classic, #1 rated, Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. I don't need to spray this to remind me of this fragrance. Again, this is just a reminder of the introduction of the fragrance. And man, Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male, so classic. This is the fragrance that put Jean Paul Gaultier on the map in the fragrance game in the men's aisle. In my opinion, still a great scent and signature scent worthy as a fragrance. It is the best-selling fragrance in the Jean Paul Gaultier catalog ever since its release. It hasn't slowed down in sales. Longevity, projection are very high. That can be argued. Again, my bottle is from the early 2000s. So I still got some good juice apparently. It's been reformulated apparently quite a bit. An excellent blend of vanilla, lavender, mint, cinnamon. Very nicely done. I love how this fragrance, it was dubbed as a clubbing scent in its heyday. I always thought it was signature scent worthy. It is dark enough to wear in the fall and winter, but it still has that lavender and that mint and that uplifting. And the vanilla is not too thick on this fragrance, that it can be worn during summer days and even spring. I think for me, all season scents, signature scent worthy. The famous nose, Francis K. He pretty much made his name off Le Male. He was the perfumier behind this one. I think personally a classic scent in the game. So the rules are simple for this game. I present to you 2 scents that are going head to head in this video. The loser, she gone. I'm not talking about it anymore. The winner moves on to the next round and waits for its partner to dance again. How do they win? You, the subscriber, you have 1 vote. Comment below. That's it. If your vote doesn't make any sense, if it doesn't say Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male or CK1 Shock, it doesn't count. Anything that's not clear to me won't count. If you vote for another fragrance, you're gone. You're gone. You don't know what you're doing. There are, if you're new to this, you didn't see the intro video of this game, there are PDFs of both brackets, so you can kind of follow along and see what's going on next. So there's PDFs that you can download and check out for the brackets. Again, this is March Madness style. I am going to keep this video. This video is still going to be on my channel, but the voting will end within 24 hours of me posting this video. So I will put in voting closed in the title, so nobody votes after that. And I am going to announce the winner in the next video. I'll do the next head-to-head, but I will introduce that video or end that video with the winner of this one and which fragrance is gone. And then just keep moving that way. If you do have questions in regard to this, I don't mind to answer them down below. My inspiration for the rankings, if you don't know what the rankings mean or where'd they come from, it is from a video back in 2013 that I did. Top 100 designer fragrances, my personal list that I shot back then. There's some wildcard entries that are post or after 2013, of course, so those are going to be interesting when I introduce them. Man, even this one, even though this is a classic, I'm still kind of thinking, this one still has some supporters to it, so I think it's going to be close races with a lot of fragrances. So again, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for supporting this new idea on my channel. So before I sign off, a few of my subscribers did mention that a March Madness style video was made by a previous YouTuber in the fragrance community, and all I want to do is give just due to that fragrance head. We're good friends, myself and E. So E from A Simply Put Scents did do a March Madness style type video years back, and I just wanted to give him his proper due for this fragrance idea. For me personally, I did not pull anything from that video. This was something that I just came to mind But at the same time, I still want to give respect and just due to the reviewer that did it before me. So again, let's have fun, and signing off. Can't wait to see the results. See you guys later.